So, since we have the system on at this point, let's start with lighting. And we're going to move right over here to this computer. All the fixtures in this install are Chauvet fixtures. We have a section, as we're booting up the computer here, right here on the left-hand corner. We'll see this little box is our dongle that provides DMX. It goes USB into that box, and then DMX out of the box over here to our DMX distributor. Which, the biggest part of this, you won't really have any need to, there's not really any user serviceable parts, but that distributes our DMX signal to our lighting fixtures, since we are just talking about lighting right now. The computer, the password for the computer is lighting, lowercase, just lighting. I don't know, did you?
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Now I do.
It says legacy, and so if we type in lighting, and enter, there's an icon called Show Express right here at the top. That is the icon that we're going to double click on. This is called our live page right here. We've set up buttons that you can push to turn things on and off. We look over here at this part now. Since we are up and running, there's a PC link, a green blinking LED. If you do not see that PC link blinking, and now you'll also notice that on our DMX distributor, you'll see blinking green lights. That means it is receiving some DMX protocol. If for some reason you do not see the PC link, you're not going to be sending any signal. So there is a XLR, a 3-pin little icon here that you can click on. If it's green, that means it's on. If it's red, it means it's off. If you can see that little icon there, it's got a green bar underneath it. So now we're going to go back and I'll show you how to turn on those two switches. LEDs that wash the walls, okay? And then we have our production bar that's out in front of the stage. So we have wall, LEDs, and production, okay? They're labeled wall LED. This is stage, meaning there's two little LEDs above the stage. That's just, and so I'm going to go ahead and turn, is that going to bother you, Vern, if I turn that off? Okay. So we're going to turn on the wall LED. You'll also see here, this says backstage. This is this light, backstage. Over there, so we have wall LED, number 1, and production LED over here, next to the breaker panel. We turn those two switches on, and now your LED fixtures are powered up. So now we can go back. But as we're going back, let's walk through out here on the stage right quick, and I'm going to show you the stage setup since we're here. Get a little bit of light here. That's that stage light. See, stage pockets. As you're in the media booth, if you're facing the media booth, we're numbered. You have 2 mic jacks here with a monitor jack. A floor monitor jack, which is a speak-on connector, 2 XLR jacks. Mic 1, mic 2, mic 3, mic 4, and they're both monitor circuits here are monitor 1. So if you set the 2 floor monitors up, plug them in, they will show up on monitor 1 on your console, pertaining to sound. This middle pocket is if we have a corporate presentation and somebody wants to hook in a computer. It has a VGA connector with an audio mini connector in here that someone could set up and run a PowerPoint or something for the video. So that's what this middle pocket is for. Plus it's got an AC reset here if we needed something there. So we have mics 1 and 2, mics 3 and 4, and then we go to this, there's a wall plate back here that has mic Can't even see. A little bit dark. Mics 5, 6, and 7 with monitor 2. Monitor 2 is another circuit back here for a floor monitor. And then we have another plate on this side that is mic 8, 9, and 10 with monitor 3. So you have 3 monitor circuits already built in on the stage for monitors, okay? So you got 1, 2, and 3, and then you got 10 mic jacks up here. We also have wireless complements back there. All right, so let's move back to the booth and we'll pick it up from there. The lanterns that are doing the house up here, they are on a small rheostat dimmer just on this switch. And you can also take control and turn those off from this wall switch. So we'll leave them on. We'll just kind of dim them down a little bit here. And now, since we have our LEDs on, I'm going to close this out here. This section on your push buttons is broken up into wall, stage, and wash. Let me explain. Wall is pretty self-explanatory. We're talking about the side walls is what we're talking about. So as I select, let's do a little Christmas setup here. I can click on the red and green and you can see the wall wash.
Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
See your wall wash, okay? You have several colors to choose from. If I stay within this bank that says wall, it will automatically turn off the other setting, okay? So for instance, let me select blue. You'll see them go through a fade process and then they'll go to blue. So I've set up some programming to give you some presets. This has a lot, well, unlimited possibilities for you to do programming. But for the time being, we have some presets that'll get you in the ballpark and get you some colors to play with. So let's do one more. Let's just say red, white, and blue for July 4th. I'm sure Karen's got something probably planned for the July area, so you can do red, white, and blue on the walls. And let's just leave it on a magenta for now. Okay, the next section. Well, let's talk about wash. We have 2 pages here, wash 1 and wash 2. Now these are going to work in conjunction because there are 4 par quads on that bar that will do a wash on that stage wall. So when we say wash, we mean just washing the stage. So now let's find also a magenta that is in wash 1 here. So if I click that, my par quads will then wash color up front. Now since we're talking about the wash, these 2 tabs down here, they're doing the same thing, but for instance, I need to turn off the magenta on this tab if I'm going to change to a color on the other tab. So there's a combination of blue and green. Let's just do, since it's Christmas, let's just do a Christmas wash up there. And I can also go up here and let's go ahead and put our walls and do a little Christmas color on the walls also. Did I get it clicked? No. There we go. Now we'll change back to our Christmas look on the wall.
You did a drop down over on the wash side to get wall color too, correct?
Say that one more
There
time.
was a drop down box you went to?
On the front wash?
The side. You were over here in the bottom wash, on the right hand side, and then there was a drop down box that you,
When I clicked these two wash tabs are doing the front wash, and so I clicked green and red to give me a combination, and then I went up to this box, which is doing wall. And these are actually called pages. They're actually known as pages, a wall page, a stage page, and you have two wash pages to give you several different looks. So now let's go to the stage page, and this does our 4 ellipsoidals. Okay, they are an LED white wash, and I'm going to do a bright one. Bright is, well, it's bright. So I'm going to click on Stage Bright, and we have 4 of them to wash across the stage to provide light across the stage. Okay?
Yeah, that lights it up.
It lights it up.
Yeah.
And I'm going to click on Stage Half Bright, and we're going to go to something that, if somebody's not been on stage, you might want to use the half bright setup so it doesn't quite shock them
Scare
when they
them
see.
to
Yeah, scare 'em. So that's half bright. It still provides a good even wash across there. Now I have a setting set up as Center Stage Bright. There's 2 in the middle, and we're just going to do 2 of the ellipsoidals in the middle for like a single speaker or something. You can kind of see that there's 2 together there. And we have a Center Stage Half Bright. So if you've got a speaker, or let's say Karen comes up to MC the event for the evening, you'll probably want it to be half bright. So, right. And so that is the presets and the lighting. Okay? Questions at this point?
None whatsoever.
On your spotlights, are they just white or are they multicolored?
They are white.
Okay.
Okay, they are that warm incandescent LED white. Your multicolors are your par quads. So if you need to wash, if you notice the ones that if you need to provide a different wash, let's just do a blue wash across there. If you need to do a different wash, you can change colors. So we've got colors that'll do some wash, and then your wall colors. Okay, another question?
When the thing boots up, I mean, everything's just dark, right?
It is.
Okay, so that's your default.
It is the default. Now, if we were to power down right now, what I would do is, this is just me. You could go back there right now with them on and just kill the switch, and we basically cut the power to them. Okay? They're going to go off. I usually like to at least click my program, turn off the front white light. I'm going to turn off my wash.
They're just toggles there.
They're just toggling on.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn off my sidewall. For the night, I'm going to go kill my power, then I'll come back and boot my computer down at that point. Any questions on that? That's probably our quickest, simplest version of getting lighting up and going.
And as you say, I mean, you just programmed that, but there's multitudes.
That's
of-
right, infinite possibilities of programming. And I'll show you just real quick, just so you have some idea. This is called Show Express. There are numerous YouTube tutorials for Show Express. I mean, everything from the overview, and so depending on how proficient you want to become at it, you can go and spend a lot of time just on that program.
I need to.
Okay? So that, but for now, for most events, Karen can come in and at least get lighting up and going.
Yeah.
Your slide,
well,
your
maybe.
slide on the right of the screen there, the slide,
Uh-huh.
is that for brightness or light intensity or?
That is a beats per minute change.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We're not really doing anything that's doing beats per minute.
Okay.
So it's not really
But
being
it's there.
used, but it is there.
The light will go with the music?
It could. That's a lot of programming involved to do that. But it can do that. So I'm going to show you just a quick view of the editor tab. There's tabs right here at the top. The tab that we're on right now is called Live. It's your live preset button page. So just a quick view of the editor, and you can see here where we have these are our sidewall lights. I'll give you a brief Your sidewall lights are DMX channels. If you're not familiar with DMX, for instance, our wall lights, we're using 3 DMX channels per row. For instance, the front 2 are together, the next 2 are together, the next row number 3 together, row number 4 together, row number 5 together, and row number 6 together. So they have the same DMX channel, meaning I can, whatever I program on that channel. And so this represents my 6 dual wall lights. They have 3 channels, red, green, blue, to do color mixing with. And so it shows up here, for instance. You can see ovation, ovation, ovation. There's 4 of them. That's my white light. And I'll just do a quick, so you can kind of see that I can grab, well, I have to turn on this. See that DMX icon, the XLR right here? I'm going to turn that on. And now I'm going to go right here and I'm going to grab one of the ovations. Okay? We're only using a single DMX channel for the ovations, on and off basically. And your level of brightness, obviously, is controlled by that. Okay? I'm going to pull up a par quad, which is one of the color washes. And I can control that. See, I brought up green. I'm adding in some blue. I'm adding in some red here. I'm going to pull that red back a little bit. There's all sorts of possibilities. There's an amber here that I can do to change. I'm going to pull that green back out now. So there's color mixing you can do. And the par quads are using 6 DMX channels for each light. So there's several things you can do there. So I'm going to pull that par quad down. Now I'm just going to move over to the first row of Slim Par 56, which is our wall light. So if you look up front, I'm just going to bring up red on that row. And that's how in this editor page we can do our settings. And I spent time one day setting up different looks for Karen and then storing them on the live page. And of course there are tutorials that walk you through how to set these up. So now
So you can save a page and then recall it?
we save a scene,
Yeah.
and then I can go over there in the live page and then store it and bring it up on a button.
Okay.
Okay? That's the short version.
Yeah.
Good? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, back to the live page. I'm going to go ahead and turn off that DMX on that editor page just so we're not doing anything. And then I'm back. DMX is still on there. And so just to make me feel better, I'm just going to make sure I've got lights happening.
If you hadn't turned that off, DMX would be off there, right?
It would be on. I really don't think it would do anything. It's saying that the editor page still has DMX going. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and turn some green on. There, just so we have the lights happening.